traveler to a place of quiet reflection, where the echoes of vast landscapes and unfolding sagas gently lull you toward rest. Tonight, we journey back to a moment just before storm, to a time when history was merely a whisper on the wind, waiting to become legend. Find your most comfortable position now, allowing your body to settle into the soft embrace of your bed or chair. Let your shoulders relax, your jaw soften, and your eyelids grow heavy. Take a slow, deep breath in, holding it gently. Then release it even more slowly, letting go of any lingering thoughts or tensions. With each exhale, feel yourself sinking deeper, granting yourself permission to simply listen, to drift, and to rest. There's nothing more to do, nowhere else to be, save for this peaceful journey. We are looking toward Blackwater, a name that carries whispers of fortune and fateful turns. But before the thundering events, before the stories etched into memory, Blackwater was a town settling into a quiet evening. Imagine standing on a gentle rise, just outside its perimeter, as the last blush of sunset fades into a deep indigo sky. Below, the town begins to twinkle. Soft, warm light spills from the windows of wooden buildings, illuminating a few cobblestone streets where the day's last footsteps have long since quieted. The air is still, carrying only the faint, comforting scent of distant hearth fires and damp earth. A gentle breeze might rustle the leaves of a lone, ancient tree nearby, a peaceful, watchful sentinel. In the far distance, a faint, dark line hints at the course of a river, and perhaps the humble silhouette of a bridge, not yet named by tragedy, merely a crossing. This is Blackwater in its quiet, unassuming state, a town unaware of the monumental story about to unfold, simply breathing under the vast, watchful sky. The evening air in Blackwater settles, soft and still, carrying only the faintest whispers of a day drawing to a close. A distant piano tune, barely audible, floats from one of the saloons, quickly absorbed by the quiet expanse of the plains beyond. Gas lamps begin to flicker to life along the dusty main street, casting warm, inviting pools of light that chase away the encroaching twilight. The rhythm of the town is slow, a gentle sigh as it prepares for slumber. Your gaze drifts past the neat rows of clapboard buildings, past the general store and the doctor's office, towards the edge of town where the land dips and the glimmer of water reflects the last vestiges of daylight. There, spanning the wide, meandering river, stands the Thunder Bridge. Its sturdy wooden beams, weathered by countless seasons, form a comforting arch across the flowing current. The planks beneath your imaginary steps feel solid, reliable, a testament to the hands that built it. No thunder rumbles now, only the soft murmur of the river passing underneath, carrying with it the secrets of the land. The bridge is an artery, connecting one bank to another, allowing travelers and commerce to flow freely. Its presence is strong, yet unassuming, simply a part of the landscape. almost feel the smooth, worn texture of the railings under your fingertips as you lean slightly, looking out across the dark water. It stands as a silent sentinel, a gateway, holding its breath for stories yet to be written upon its aged timber. The aged timber beneath your gaze seems to hum with a quiet resonance, a subtle vibration that isn't sound, but a feeling. Each plank, worn smooth by countless footsteps and the passage of time, holds the silent memory of journeys taken, of wagons rumbling, and of quiet river currents flowing steadily beneath. You can almost trace the grain with your eyes, noticing the faint silvering where sunlight has kissed the wood for decades, and the darker, shadowed crevices where dew gathers in the morning. Below, the water of the upper Montana River moves with an unhurried grace, a dark, cool ribbon stretching into the vastness. It carries no urgent message, only the gentle ripple of its own slow journey, reflecting the dim starlight above as tiny, dancing pinpricks of light. Perhaps, if you listen closely, you can almost hear the soft lapping against the bridge supports, a steady, rhythmic breath of the world unwinding. This bridge, often called Thunder Bridge, spans more than just water. It spans moments, connecting one side of the land to another, and in doing so, gently holds the quiet weight of all the comings and goings it has overseen. You find yourself gazing along its length, a long, patient stretch of wood and iron, disappearing softly into the distant, mist-kissed banks. The air is still, carrying only the faintest scent of damp earth and distant pines. No urgency, no haste, just the silent, steadfast presence of the bridge, a timeless guardian watching over the flowing river and the sleeping land. It rests, much like you are now, inviting the peaceful drift into memory and slumber, its story woven into the quiet fabric of the night. The Thunder Bridge stands as it always has, a silent sentinel spanning the quiet waters. Its ancient timbers, softened by countless dawns and dusks, remember the whisper of the wind and the gentle murmur of the river below. It was a passage, a threshold, connecting one side of the land to another, and in its enduring strength, it holds echoes of beginnings. Imagine the soft glow of a distant lantern, perhaps carried by a lone traveler, making their way across its sturdy surface, each step upon the weathered planks, a quiet rhythm against the night. The river beneath flows steadily, an unbroken silver ribbon under the vast, watchful sky. It does not rush, nor does it pause, simply continuing its ancient journey, carrying with it the reflections of stars and the hushed memories of all who have passed. The bridge, in its solemn stillness, hints at the journey it facilitated, the paths it opened. It was a gateway to the lands beyond, a route that led, eventually, to the burgeoning settlement of Blackwater. Not yet the bustling town, but a nascent hub, drawing people and possibilities across this very bridge. Its story, deeply entwined with the region's unfolding history, began long before any great clamor, in simple crossings and quiet arrivals. Under the soft, unchanging light, the structure itself seems to breathe with a calm, patient wisdom. The sturdy stone supports, anchoring it firmly to the banks, have witnessed the slow turn of seasons, the quiet ambition of settlers, and the gradual shaping of the landscape. It is a monument not to a single event, but to the flow of time itself, a testament to the quiet, foundational moments that precede all great narratives. As the water passes beneath, so too does time, leaving behind only the gentle, lingering impression of what once was, inviting you deeper into the peaceful calm. The murmuring river below gently carries forgotten echoes. But now, let your awareness rise slowly toward the structure that spans its breadth. The Thunder Bridge. Its ancient timber and sturdy iron stand as silent sentinels, worn by countless seasons, yet resolute. Imagine the quiet strength of its wooden beams, smoothed by the wind and rain, their surfaces telling tales of footsteps long gone. You might notice the subtle gleam of moonlight on the iron railings, perhaps a faint rustle of dry leaves caught in the breeze. This bridge, so central to many memories, now rests in soft tranquility. No sounds of hurried hooves or urgent voices disturb its slumber, only the whispers of the night air passing through its sturdy frame. It is here, suspended between two banks, that the quiet prelude to grander events unfolded. A calm stage before any actors stepped into the light. The planks beneath your feet feel solid, stable, grounding you in this moment of peaceful observation. Looking out from its center, the distant landscape melts into soft, muted hues, a world at rest. The air is cool, fresh, carrying the scent of damp earth and distant pines. It is a place of waiting, of quiet expectation, where every detail holds a gentle, unspoken history, inviting you to simply observe, without judgment or haste. Let your mind trace the patterns in the weathered wood, the rivets in the aged metal, each one a tiny mark in the vast tapestry of time, connecting you to a story that unfolds with soft patience. Let your mind trace the patterns in the weathered wood, the rivets in the aged metal, each one a tiny mark in the vast tapestry of time, connecting you to a story that unfolds with soft patience. As your gaze softly drifts, a quiet path emerges from the gentle undulations of the land. It is worn smooth, not by recent travelers, but by countless footsteps from a time long past, footsteps that are no longer heard, yet their impression remains, like a soft echo in the earth. This path winds gently through tall, golden grasses, each blade swaying in a rhythmic dance, whispering of journeys taken and moments shared. The air here carries the distinct scent of dry earth, warmed by the day's sun, mingled with the subtle, clean aroma of distant river water. It's a peaceful, grounding scent, a quiet reminder of the serene, expansive landscape that once bore witness to so much. You feel the soft caress of the breeze, a gentle sigh carrying forgotten tales across the vast, open plains. It rustles the dry leaves of a lone, gnarled tree standing sentinel nearby, its branches reaching like ancient arms towards the setting sun. This path leads not to a grand destination, but to a small, almost forgotten structure. Perhaps it was an old way station, a brief respite for weary travelers, or a humble, solitary cabin, its wooden frame weathered to a soft, silvery gray. Its single, unglassed window, like a quiet eye, gazes out towards the horizon, across the rolling hills and sparse, low-lying brush. The sun dips lower still, painting the sky in ever-deepening hues of soft orange, rose, and dusky purple. It casts long, peaceful shadows that stretch and merge, transforming the familiar landscape into a canvas of shifting mystery. From this tranquil vantage point, nestled here in the quiet embrace of the plains, you can almost perceive the faint, distant outline of Blackwater. It is a town now quieted by time and memory, its bustling past transformed into the soft hum of history. The stories woven into this land are not of turmoil, but of the tranquil passage of days and nights, leaving behind only the softest, most ethereal echoes, inviting you to simply be and to rest. The stories woven into this land are not of turmoil, but of the tranquil passage of days and nights, leaving behind only the softest, most ethereal echoes, inviting you to simply be and to rest. Soft, distant sound of water flowing, and as you settle deeper, your mind might drift towards one such echo, a place where history whispers not of chaos, but of the quiet endurance of time. Imagine a bridge, old and sturdy, spanning a wide, calm river. This is the Thunder Bridge, not as it once was in moments of hurried strife, but as it rests now, a silent sentinel under a vast, soft sky. The wood of its structure is weathered, smoothed by countless seasons of gentle rain and warm sun. Stone foundations, moss-kissed and strong, anchor it firmly to either bank. The river beneath flows with an unhurried grace, its surface like dark silk, reflecting the distant, pale glow of a hidden moon. You can almost hear the soft, rhythmic murmur of the current, a lullaby that has played here for generations, long before and long after any human drama unfolded. On either side, the banks are lined with quiet, ancient trees, their leaves rustling imperceptibly in a breeze so faint it barely stirs the air. Their branches create soft, shifting patterns of shadow upon the ground, inviting a sense of deep stillness. This bridge has stood witness to so much, yet it holds no tension, only the serene weight of its own enduring presence. It connects two sides of a landscape, a quiet pathway through time. Each plank, each stone, seems to hum with a gentle, patient energy, speaking of permanence rather than fleeting events. The air around it is cool and clean, carrying the faint, earthy scent of damp soil and ancient wood. There is a profound sense of peace here, a quiet understanding that even the loudest echoes eventually settle into soft, harmonious hums, inviting you to simply observe and to peacefully drift. The hum seems to guide your gaze, gently pulling it towards a structure in the distance. It is the bridge, perhaps not as it was in the tumultuous moments of its story, but as it rests now in the quiet archive of memory. Imagine it made of aged timber and sturdy iron, softened by time and the gentle touch of moonlight or a perpetual dusk. The wood planks, smooth and worn, stretch across a calm expanse of water below. You might hear the faint, rhythmic lapping of the river against the bank, a sound both constant and comforting, a quiet symphony in the vast, sleeping landscape. Gentle lapping water sound. There are no hurried footsteps here, no shouts, only the profound stillness that precedes a deep, restful sleep. The air carries a cool, fresh scent, perhaps of damp earth and distant pines, a reminder of the vast wilderness that surrounds this particular point in history. You can almost feel the smooth, cool surface of a weathered wooden railing beneath your fingertips, guiding you along its length. Each beam and rivet of the bridge holds its own silent story, now calmed and integrated into the landscape, a permanent fixture in this quiet remembrance. The river itself flows slowly, reflecting the muted light from above like a polished slate. Occasionally, a subtle ripple breaks the surface, catching a glint of the soft glow, then quickly fading back into the smooth expanse. Perhaps a silent fish swims past, or a gentle breeze whispers across the water's surface, causing the faintest stir. This is a place removed from urgency, a scene held perfectly still, allowing you to absorb its tranquil essence. The muted light here is always soft, a gentle glow that seems to emanate from within the scene itself, painting the bridge and its surroundings in hues of deep blue and tranquil gray. It's an invitation to simply be present, to let your thoughts about the past, the future, or anything at all become as still and clear as the water beneath the bridge. This quiet vista is a place where every echo has faded, leaving only a lingering sense of peace, a soft whisper of what was, now settled into a gentle, unchanging tableau. You are simply observing this calm, still frame, allowing its tranquility to wash over you, preparing the mind for a soft descent into rest. You are simply observing this calm, still frame, allowing its tranquility to wash over you, preparing the mind for a soft descent into rest. Now, imagine that still frame gently shifting, not into motion, but into a quiet focus on a specific place, a point where a distant memory once began. It is the area around what would come to be known as Thunder Bridge near Blackwater. But for now, it is merely a stretch of tranquil landscape, bathed in the soft, muted glow of a perpetual twilight. The air here is still, carrying only the faintest whisper of a breeze that might rustle through unseen reeds along the riverbanks. The Thunder Bridge itself stands as a silent sentinel, its wooden planks aged and weathered, stretching across the calm, dark waters of the river below. No sound of hooves or hurried footsteps echoes upon its surface. It is empty, waiting, a structure woven into the very fabric of the landscape. The river flows beneath it, a dark, reflective ribbon, carrying no urgent cargo, only the slow, timeless current. Perhaps a single, small ferry, long since retired, sits tethered to a forgotten dock nearby, swaying gently with the water's soft breath. This is not a place of conflict, but of quiet anticipation, a space where the world held its breath before a moment of change. The distant lights of Blackwater, if they were visible at all, would be mere pinpricks against the horizon, soft and unfocused, like dreams fading into waking. You are simply observing this scene, a moment preserved, serene and undisturbed, allowing the stillness of the bridge and the quiet flow of the river to cradle your thoughts, drawing them deeper into rest. As the stillness settles around the Thunder Bridge, a gentle breeze might whisper through the aged timbers, carrying with it no sound, but the soft rustle of leaves along the riverbanks. You notice how the fading light, now a deeper shade of twilight, smooths the rough edges of the old wooden planks, making them seem as if they were always meant to be this way worn, yet enduring. The river below continues its unhurried journey, a silent witness to countless dawns and dusks, its surface reflecting the deepening sky with a soft, muted glow. Perhaps your gaze drifts from the center of the bridge towards the distant shore, where the gentle curve of a forgotten path disappears into a cluster of sleepy, ancient trees. This path, too, has seen many seasons, its dust softened by dew each morning, its stones warmed by the afternoon sun. It's a route that hints at journeys taken long ago, at quiet moments before the rush of history, before the whispers of Blackwater's deeper lore began to gather strength. The path itself seems to beckon, not with urgency, but with the quiet promise of untold stories embedded within the landscape. There's a feeling of quiet anticipation in the air, not of alarm, but of a story waiting to unfold at its own pace, etched into the very environment. The bridge itself feels like a page turned, now holding only the quiet echoes of time, a venerable structure standing sentinel over the flowing waters. You might imagine the very ground beneath the bridge, the smooth river stones, humming with a subtle memory, a soft resonance that speaks of long past events. Yet, in this moment, all is tranquil. The world here is simply breathing, calm and slow, inviting your own breath to match its gentle rhythm. Let the soft, earthy scent of the riverbank, carried on the breeze, guide you further into peace, letting worries drift away like leaves on the current, downstream and out of sight. As you rest, the soft, earthy scent of the riverbank, carried on the breeze, guides you further into peace. The worries drift away like leaves on the current, downstream and out of sight, as you rest. As the river flows gently past, your gaze might lift, following the water's calm journey. And there, in the soft twilight, a sturdy silhouette begins to emerge in the distance. It is an old wooden structure, strong and quiet, spanning the tranquil waters. This is the Thunder Bridge, not as it was in times of rush and consequence, but as it stands now, a silent sentinel under the vast, open sky, holding its many stories close. The timbers of the bridge, though aged, seem to whisper of journeys taken, of the slow, steady passage of time. The water beneath it reflects the pale, distant glow of what might be the very edges of Blackwater, a town now settled into its evening slumber. You can almost feel the gentle current tugging at the wooden supports, a constant, soothing rhythm that has been there for countless nights, long before any dramatic tale unfolded. Imagine the quietude of this place, the air still and cool, the only sounds the soft lapping of the river against the banks, and the occasional whisper of wind through the bridge's beams. It is a moment of pure, undisturbed peace, an echo of the stillness that must have once blanketed this land, long before any events shaped its history. The bridge stands, connecting one quiet bank to another, a simple, enduring form against the fading light, inviting nothing but calm reflection. Let its sturdy presence anchor your thoughts, helping them settle. As the world around you grows more serene, let its sturdy presence anchor your thoughts, helping them settle. As the world around you grows more serene. Beneath the long, quiet span of the Thunder Bridge, the river flows with a gentle, unhurried pace. Its surface, a dark mirror, catches the last faint glow of the twilight, transforming it into streaks of muted silver and deep indigo. The water ripples softly, a hushed whisper against the rugged stone foundations of the bridge, a sound that has echoed here for countless seasons, long before any dramatic events unfolded. This constant, soothing sound is a timeless lullaby. You can almost feel the cool, damp air rising from the water, a refreshing breath that carries the faint scent of damp earth and distant, blooming wildflowers. The current moves slowly, carrying fallen leaves and tiny fragments of wood downstream, each one a silent traveler on an endless journey. It's a profound reminder of how everything passes, how even the most turbulent moments eventually surrender to the quiet, persistent flow of time, softening their edges into memory. Along the riverbanks, tall reeds sway almost imperceptibly, their slender forms silhouetted against the ever-deepening sky. They stand as silent sentinels, absorbing the quiet of the evening, their rustling a soft counterpoint to the river's murmur. Further back, the low-lying trees along the shore appear as shadowy shapes, their branches reaching out as if to embrace the profound stillness that settles over this historic crossing. The air itself feels ancient, filled with untold stories that rest peacefully within the landscape. This tranquil scene, cradled by the murmuring water and the patient earth, holds its own silent narrative. It speaks not of conflict, but of enduring calm, of how the landscape patiently reclaims its peace, holding echoes rather than shouts. The bridge above and the river below together weave a tapestry of quiet history, inviting you to simply observe, to let your mind drift with the gentle current, finding solace in its steady, continuous motion. All is quiet now, and perfectly still. All is quiet now, and perfectly still. The river, a silent witness, continues its journey, carrying echoes of stories untold, of journeys made, and paths diverged. Imagine standing softly on its bank, just as the last hints of twilight fade, leaving the world bathed in the soft glow of a rising moon. The air is cool, carrying the scent of damp earth and distant pine. Ahead, in the soft distance, you begin to discern the faint, ethereal outline of what was once the Thunder Bridge, not as it was in any moment of conflict or haste, but as a ghost of memory, a quiet landmark woven into the fabric of this land's lore. It stands in your mind's eye, a skeletal structure of wood and iron, bathed in the softest silver light, its planks perhaps a little worn, its supports softened by time and quiet observation. There are no hurried footsteps here, no shouts, only the gentle whisper of the wind through sparse, tall grass that has reclaimed much of the riverbank. This is a place for quiet reflection, for understanding that even the grandest, most pivotal moments in history leave behind a stillness. The bridge itself, in this memory, stretches across the wide, calm water, a silent testament to a path that once connected, and then, in its own way, divided. You might notice the subtle gleam of moonlight on the water beneath it, reflecting the silent, steadfast planks above. Each beam, each support, seems to hold a fragment of the story, not shouted, but gently hummed by the passing breeze. It's a reminder of how events begin, slowly, with small turns, leading to a culmination that reshapes a world, yet always returning to quiet. The water flows beneath, indifferent and eternal, carrying its secrets onward into the tranquil night. Beneath the graceful arch of the Thunder Bridge, the Blackwater River continues its slow, unhurried journey. It whispers no tales, reveals no grand narratives, yet its constant flow has witnessed every quiet moment, every passing shadow, and every significant turning point that shaped the land around it. The riverbanks, softened by centuries of gentle erosion, hold the imprint of countless seasons. Tall, ancient trees stand like silent sentinels, their leaves rustling with a barely audible sigh, as if sharing secrets only with the wind. Imagine the soft, muted light that often settles over this particular stretch of water, sometimes reflecting the deep, dark hues of the riverbed, giving it that distinct Blackwater name. It's a color that speaks of hidden depths and untold stories without ever needing to shout. The air here carries a cool, earthy scent, a blend of damp soil, river reeds, and the distant fragrance of pine from the surrounding hills. No harsh sounds disturb the peace, only the occasional distant call of a night bird or the subtle murmur of the current against the stones. The bridge itself, a steadfast landmark, seems to absorb the tranquility. Its sturdy timbers and stone foundations, rooted deep in the earth, enduring through all time. It's a silent guardian, a gateway not just across the river, but across moments in history where the future was subtly altered. The path leading away from it, towards the unseen horizons, is now quiet, worn smooth by the passage of time and echoes of what once was. All these elements, the bridge, the river, the silent banks, they exist together in a timeless tableau, holding memory without burden, inviting only a gentle contemplation as the night deepens and the world slows. The quiet night air now settles, a soft blanket over the landscape where the Thunder Bridge spans its silent river. You might imagine the ancient timber, worn smooth by countless seasons, each beam a testament to enduring time. Below, the water continues its ceaseless journey, a dark, reflective ribbon carrying whispers of the past without ever stopping its flow. It's a gentle rhythm, the unseen current pulling softly, a constant movement beneath a seemingly still world. This quiet confluence of structure and nature, of stone and stream, holds the echoes of what began here, not in sound or fury, but in the quiet unfolding of circumstances. No harsh edges remain, only the rounded smoothness of memory, softened by the steady hand of time. The bridge stands, a silent sentinel, its purpose now less about passage and more about presence. It invites you to observe, to feel the cool, still air, and to let your thoughts drift like the river itself, calm and unhurried. The very air around the bridge feels woven with stillness, a peaceful hum that lulls the senses. The world here simplifies, becoming just the soft dark, the quiet water, and the steadfast outline of the bridge against the faint glow of distant stars. It's a quiet place, a point where stories begin to unfold, not with a crash, but with the gentle turning of a page, a soft, almost imperceptible shift in the currents of time. You are simply observing, allowing the scene to settle into your mind, a tranquil image before sleep. The Thunder Bridge, in this quiet moment, is simply a bridge connecting two banks and holding a space for peace. The Thunder Bridge, in this quiet moment, is simply a bridge connecting two banks and holding a space for peace. You watch the water flow beneath, a steady, unceasing current that carries with it the echoes of countless seasons. The weathered timbers, and sturdy stone supports of the bridge seem to absorb the quiet of the night, a silent witness to all that has passed. Gentle river sounds its, as if the very structure of the bridge remembers, not with sorrow or regret, but with the calm acceptance of enduring presence. Each beam, each plank, has felt the passage of time, the tread of countless feet, and the gentle sigh of the wind that weaves through its sturdy framework. This is where a long story began to unfold, not with a sudden roar, but with a series of gentle currents, slowly gathering strength, much like the river itself, before it carves its path. The lore speaks of a certain dawn, a turning point that would shape destinies far and wide. Yet here now, the bridge stands, solid and unmoving. It simply exists, a landmark in the quiet landscape, its history etched not in overt drama, but in the enduring memory of the land itself. The cool air whispers through its arches, carrying only the scent of damp earth and distant pines, a peaceful fragrance that settles softly around you. Imagine the first light touching its planks, long ago, illuminating the gentle mist that often rises from the water in the early hours, soft, hazy glow, making the world feel new and full of quiet potential, even as momentous events were yet to stir. The bridge, then as now, a steadfast link, a crossing point between what was and what would become. Its presence is one of quiet permanence, a gentle reminder that even the most pivotal moments in stories often begin with such calm, unassuming settings. Just the bridge, the river, and the enduring silence, all wrapped in a tranquil embrace as you prepare to rest, and the wooden planks of the Thunder Bridge, weathered by countless seasons, absorb the last whispers of the day. Below, the river continues its tranquil journey, an ancient pathway carrying soft reflections of the sky above. No urgency stirs these waters, they simply flow, a silent witness to the slow turn of the world. Imagine the gentle current, unhurried, tracing its path through the quiet landscape. On its banks, tall, slender reeds sway almost imperceptibly, their soft, rustling a secret conversation with the evening breeze. The air itself feels soft and cool, carrying the faint, earthy scent of damp soil and distant pines. This is a place suspended in time, where the echoes of the past are woven into the very fabric of the present, but held at a peaceful distance. The river, a patient chronicler, flows ever onward, past silent fields and beneath the watchful gaze of ancient trees. It makes its slow, winding way towards the distant horizon, where, much further downstream, the lights of Blackwater might one day glimmer. But here, near the sturdy Thunder Bridge, there is only the rhythmic lull of the water and the profound stillness of the land. This calm, expansive quietness is where stories truly settle, like dust motes catching a stray beam of moonlight. It's where the grand narratives of the world find their quiet beginnings, often in moments so peaceful, so ordinary that their future significance is entirely unforeseen. just the gentle murmur of the river, the steadfast presence of the bridge, and the soft, enveloping quiet that cradles everything, inviting you deeper into rest. The ancient planks of the Thunder Bridge, weathered by countless seasons, absorb the soft glow of the moon. Each groove and splinter tells a silent story, not of thunderous roars, but of quiet footsteps, of time passing like the river beneath. The water flows on, unceasing, a soft, hushed current that carries away the echoes of long-forgotten days. There's a profound stillness here, a deep peace that settles over the worn wood and the sleeping banks. Gentle river sounds it's as if the bridge itself has learned to hold its breath, a quiet sentinel observing the world's slow, peaceful turning. You might imagine the weight of all the moments this bridge has silently witnessed, the countless stories held within its sturdy frame. Yet, in this deep calm, those memories are not burdens, but soft reflections, muted and distant. The past, here, is like a fading dream, its edges blurred by the tranquil night. The only sounds are the gentle lapping of the river against the stone piers, and the soft, almost imperceptible sigh of the night breeze through the distant trees. It's a lullaby, a quiet invitation to stillness. Notice how the moonlight softly illuminates the intricate ironwork of the bridge's structure. The shadows play across it, turning familiar shapes into comforting, abstract patterns that seem to shift and sway with the flow of your breath. The bridge doesn't remember conflict, it only remembers enduring, standing firm against the flow of time and tide. Its purpose now is simply to span, to connect, and to offer a path to tranquil rest. The moon, a silent observer, casts a long, silver path across the dark, still water leading your gaze onward, away from any lingering shadows, and deeper into the quietude of the night. You are simply here, under the gentle watch of the Thunder Bridge, letting the quiet presence guide you deeper into slumber. The gentle watch of the Thunder Bridge continues to hold you in its quiet embrace. Beneath its sturdy, weathered arch, the river flows onward, a patient, silver ribbon under the pale moonlight. It carries with it the reflections of the stars, and perhaps the hushed echoes of times long past. The water murmurs a soft, endless song, indifferent to the histories written upon the land above. Here, beneath the enduring strength of the bridge, the air feels cool and clean. A subtle breeze might rustle through the sparse, resilient grasses along the riverbanks, creating a whisper that blends with the water's flow. There's a stillness that settles deep within this place, a quiet acknowledgement of all that has unfolded here, now softened by the passage of countless nights. The story of how events began near this very bridge, the start of the Blackwater backstory, is now but a distant memory held in the very stones and timbers. It's not a tale told with urgency, but rather a quiet, almost forgotten chapter in the vast, sprawling history of the land. The bridge, once a focal point of turmoil, now stands as a monument to time's relentless calm. Your gaze might drift to the far bank, where the land rises gently, dark silhouettes of distant trees standing against the lighter canvas of the night sky. No sounds of hurried hooves or hushed commands disrupt the peace now. Only the soft chirping of a cricket or the distant hoot of an owl breaks the perfect quietude. You are simply an observer, resting peacefully, letting the calm presence of the thunder bridge guide your thoughts. It anchors this moment, a steady, ancient structure in a world of gentle slumber. Every quiet sound, every soft ripple on the water, serves only to deepen your sense of serene calm. The bridge watches over the night, a silent guardian, as you drift further and further into peaceful sleep, as you drift further and further into peaceful sleep. The last whispers of twilight now surrender entirely to the velvet embrace of night. The thunder bridge, illuminated by the gentle glow of the moon, seems to breathe a quiet sigh. Its sturdy timbers, once echoing with the hurried footsteps of a bygone era, now stand in silent repose. The river beneath flows with an almost imperceptible current, reflecting the scattered starlight above like a shattered, sparkling mirror. The distant lights of Blackwater, mere pinpricks on the horizon, twinkle softly, a reminder of a world that once rushed and bustled, now hushed and still. Here, upon the tranquil expanse of the bridge, there is only peace. The weight of history, the echoes of what once was, now merely a gentle hum in the vast quietude of the night. They are no longer urgent tales, but soft lullabies, carried on the cool night air, inviting you to release your own thoughts and concerns. Feel the deep relaxation settle over you, a quiet calm emanating from the very stones and wooden beams of this ancient crossing. Every shadow cast by the moonlight is soft, every breeze a gentle caress. There is nothing left to do, nowhere left to be, but here, in this moment of profound stillness. The world beyond the bridge has faded into a peaceful dream, and you are safe, secure, and ready to journey into your own deep slumber. Allow your breathing to deepen, to slow, becoming as steady and quiet as the rivers flow beneath the thunder bridge. Let every remaining thought drift away, like leaves on that calm water, disappearing into the peaceful distance. The bridge has fulfilled its silent vigil, and now it invites you to rest. Good night. Sleep well.